morning, everyone. Good morning. That's better. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. And it's good to have all of you here this morning to help celebrate Dan's presidency or chairmanship and welcoming in Heidi. So thank you all for coming.
I welcome you all to bear witness the 2015 Board of Directors installation and the 2014 Chairman of the Board, Dan Abrams roast. We begin the program with a presentation from the city's adopted Marine Regiment, the 1st Battalion, 4th Marines. Would everyone please rise?
Colors. Ready? See? Ready?
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, and the home of the brave.
It is truly an honor to represent you and be amongst leaders in our business community. Local chambers of commerce have long been a crucial element to local business initiatives and are a part of the heart and soul of a community. It is so important to have your involvement, not just in your own city, but on a regional basis, because of so much what happens on a regional basis affects us in our local cities.
All right, I'm Brian Kowalski, Vice President of the Molten Miguel Water District, representing Division 5, and I'm honored to introduce our special guest this morning. But you know, sometimes this can be a little slow when you do these introductions, so I thought we'd introduce an element of danger this morning. And so if you're important or think you're important, I'd like you to stand up now, then I'll read the list and see if, okay.
Our Chairman Circle members allow the Chamber to continually improve our organization programs. We really want to thank each and every one of your investment in the business community. There is one special person who I need to thank for all her support. My wife, Candy, is the most important person in my life. And naturally, my mother, right here, who's here today, and my son, who sang, actually a complete surprise, sang the Star Spangled Banner, and my son, Matthew. So thank you both. Would City Manager Rod Foster and his assistant, Debbie Newman, please come forward for the shop Laguna Niguel drawing.
It says I'm Laguna Niguel City Manager Rod Foster, so I guess that's who I am today. This is the 4th year that the Chamber has developed and implemented the holiday Shop Laguna Niguel campaign that encourages consumers to keep sales tax dollars here in the city.
This board, along with Chamber staff, have really made my experience a positive one. Everyone worked together to create a professional but fun environment. I truly think that this is the best chamber in the good old USA. Thank you all for your commitment to the organization and for your support throughout my term. My power partners. Thank you.
We have some experiences to share with everyone. We've had so much fun crowning Robert Maine, frying Gary Capita, and encouraging our local politicians to forget to remember Paul Glab. At these roast events, Robert Maine had a throne to sit on. He had a crown and a scepter. Gary Capita was on a ski lift chair, complete with a knitted cap, gloves, and scarf. And I'm sure he didn't mind it was August. Paul Glab alternated between the jump seat of a Continental Air Express airplane and a surfboard. Dan, we thought we could sit you on a bicycle since we know you're an avid cyclist. but the St. Regis would not allow it. Has nothing to do with safety. They did not want to see you in your bike shorts. So Dan, you're just going to have to stay here and take it, because roasting is so much fun, and we had a ball doing it. We thought we'd have a little more fun at your expense. And no, the USC marching band is not outside waiting to come in. And neither is Dana Rohrbecker in a surfboard. Throughout your year as chairman of the board, we recorded more than just meeting minutes. We recorded Danisms. This started at the very first meeting a year ago in January. You uttered your first blooper. We knew gathering quotes for today was going to be easy. Month after month, Heidi and I'd look at each other and snicker, write that down. At the executive board meetings and the chamber board meetings, we just kept jotting them down. And the first and foremost Danism is your meeting leadership style, which you yourself dubbed Dan's Rules of Order. The board knew then we were in for a wild ride. We can now give Dro back his Robert's Rule of Order handbook. It was worthless all year. To get us started, I want to thank you, Dan, for my promotion. I was very surprised and very flattered when you introduced me as the CEO of Allen, especially with my boss in the room. It was great. And poor Debbie, though, at a board meeting you introduced her as the CFO of the board. Sorry for your demotion, Debbie. Maybe you just get Debbie and I confused. Heidi, anything to add?
Well, we had a few things. First of all, Dan, you don't have to worry about struggling with the English language anymore, because we've incorporated some of the Danisms into a Wikipedia-style dictionary. We're going to call it the Danopedia No Dictionary. And in it we will include some of your most memorable gems, like when we weigh the pros and cons of a situation, we can ask, are there any ramekins? Because that is much easier and shorter to say than ramifications. We will use the term camaraderie instead of camaraderie. The award to the city will now be referred to their contribution as philanthropic. And the chamber is going to strive to remain physically sound, which is a whole lot more fun and probably easier than fiscally sound. Lisa, I think you had something to say.
Dan, I was very proud to head up the startup of the newest group, Emerging Professionals. Even if you did at times call this group both the emergency professionals and the young invincibles. The card games at the mayor's barbecue were so much fun. I enjoyed learning to deal blackjack. Watching you be a dealer was even more exciting. Instead of place your bets, you would say, pay your fine. Poker chips were only supposed to be for the winners. Las Vegas might not appreciate your positive notion that everyone is a winner. Not everyone could be a winner, Dan. Did you forget that this was a fundraiser? Kirk Lappel has a few words for you. Kirk?
I just have to say, seeing Dan in a tie is rarer than seeing the Bigfoot, just so everybody take a lot of pictures. Last year, the Chamber embraced the task of social media under your leadership, Dan. This gave the Chamber and its members a high presence on Facebook and in our online e-news. Yes, social media can be referred to as social marketing, as you like to call it, Dan. Yet, at the November awards breakfast, you referred to Diane's efforts in entering Facebook posts as entertaining us with Facebook. Dan, I know you sometimes have difficulty remembering names and labels. After asking at many board meetings, what do we call that, and what is that lunch thing called? You finally did learn that the lunch networking meetings are called Connect for Lunch. In thanking Dennis of Walmart for the 4th of July donations, I'm sure that the then manager Leo Dennis knew you meant him, even though you used his last name. And Tom, the man behind the video camera, his last name is Gersten, not Gerstein. And by the way, Dan, it's Marine Corps, not Marine Corps.
Thank you, Kirk. And lastly, Dan, we have your musings. My fellow rooster, I mean roaster, Heidi. Heidi Fisher and I will read you a few of the board's favorites.
All right, at one of the monthly board meetings, Gary Capita went into City Hall instead of coming into the chamber, and Dan announced to all of us, "Hey Gary, you went in the wrong door. Did you think you were still the mayor?"
And at the November Awards breakfast, when you were acknowledging Debbie's hard work and contribution to the chamber operations, you stated, "Debbie's like a bumper car. She never stops. She's all over the place."
And then your encouragement for members to seek promotion by sponsoring chamber events or a networking breakfast was very inspiring when you said that you could get 10 minutes of fame for 30 seconds. And at that same breakfast, you were overheard saying, "Shoot, I was going to wear a sport coat."
Much to Kirk's comment about the tie. And of course, one of my favorite Danisms, "You mean there's an easier way?" And Dan, when you were giving Chair-elect his tag for his name, this is the one you gave him, President. You can have it back now. You are positively giving actor Jonathan Goldsmith a run for his money. He's threatened that you might become the new most interesting man in the world. But in this chamber, you will always be remembered as the most convincing chamber chairman in the world. Stay positive, my friend. And Mark would like to get a photo on the other side of the wall.
I didn't need one, I already got dressed in it.
Church man has a knack for words. You really can't make up material like that. Woody Allen was quoted as saying, "There are worse things in life than death." Have you ever spent an evening with an insurance agent? And when Dan's wife, Candy, can't sleep, she says, "Honey, could you tell me more about your work?" I will be inviting each of the there we go, see? I did that on Dan's behalf. Each of the legislators or their representatives to come up one at a time to make their presentations. The first presenter is Orange County's 5th District Supervisor, former Mayor of Dana Point, the Honorable Lisa
Crowd
Barton.
loves you. You've done a great job here in Laguna Niguel, and you're very, very special to the community. Being chairman and leading the Chamber of Commerce is a lot of work. You know, being a community leader takes a lot of time and effort, and not everybody wants to step up to the plate and do that. So the fact that you've served as the 2014 chairman, you've been an integral part of Laguna Niguel for so many years. The Chamber of Commerce in every city is truly the fabric of the community, and it makes a big difference. So the work that you've done is going to resonate for years to come. And just on behalf of the County of Orange and the 5th District Supervisor, I want to thank you so much for your time and effort, and wish you best in your future endeavors. I know you're going to continue to do great things in Laguna Niguel, and I'll be keeping an eye on you. Congratulations.
Mayor Jerry McCloskey, please come to the lectern to make a presentation on behalf of the City of Laguna Niguel.
Present this resolution commending you for your being chairman of the board of the Chamber of Commerce. You're a real ass to the I've worked with Dan over the years on some committees. He's very prominent in the Military Support Committee. A real treasure, and want to congratulate you, and we expect more from you in the coming years. Congratulations.
Steve Dickrose, representing our congressman from the 40th District, Dana Robarker.
See, Dan, your graciousness your kindness to me was just so welcoming and really made me feel welcome to be part of this group. And I thank you for that. And that's really reflective of the style with which you've led this organization.
The combined resolution from the California State Legislature will be presented by Eric Wigan, who is representing Senator Patricia Bates of the 36th Senatorial District, and Steve Lamont, who is representing Assemblyman Bill Breaux of the 73rd State Assembly District.
Sacramento would have you believe the state is still broke, so we've done a joint resolution with the Assembly and with the State Senate. Senator Patricia Bates and Assemblyman Bill Breaux, I do congratulate you on a year of extraordinary service to the community and to the city, and we thank you and we look forward to continuing working with you and the business community.
Chambers like this are the backbone of the economic community, and individuals like you are the ones who move forward those initiatives. So thank you very much, and congratulations on all your hard work.
Working with you has been a very, all the board members know, positive, right, experience. I'm sure Candy will be glad to have more time with you again. Special thanks to your board for celebrating my 25 years at the Laguna Niguel Chamber of Commerce. And I want to thank you for all your support and your kind words throughout the year. It was an honor getting to know the real Dan Abrams. Heidi, as incoming chair, come on up.
Okay, Dan, come over here where I can see you. You have done a great job leading the chamber this year, and you have left the chamber in great shape for me, and I appreciate that. And I really hope that I can duplicate your efforts in 2015 and make you proud, because you have really mentored me, and I appreciate that. Your positive attitude, your hard work, we've all appreciated. It's been a lot of fun this year. And on behalf of a very grateful board, I'm going to find this and present you with the gavel. And
I got up here last year, and when I got up and I looked at every one of you, I really want to just thank every one of you for being here. Because it's a whole group effort that makes everything work. Last year when I got up, I asked all the board members, each and every one of them, if they'd be a more board member, and everyone said yes. You guys got to realize that's how it was all year long. When we did board meetings, it's like so much of a contrary of other boards that I've run. It's like everybody out there just said yes, and it's like somebody would come up with an idea and someone else would come up with an idea. And it would just continue. And it was just like it was contagious all year round. And it was people, when we talk about our community leaders, the award winners that we had, you know, it's people like you that help make this thing happen. It's been a ball, and I'll tell you, it made it easy. Because a lot of organizations, you have tasks, you got to work at it. But with you guys, everybody in here, man, I have fun. So, most important of all, every single one of you, I appreciate. Thank you. This gavel is a symbol of authority and the right to act officially in the capacity as chairman or presiding officer. I'm passing this gavel to you in front of many witnesses. I'll help her. You got it? You will be officially in charge as soon as the mayor comes up to swear in your board of directors. Would the 2015 board please come forward to be sworn in?
I, and state your name.
I.
You're not supposed to say state your name. Promise to support and enhance the Laguna Niguel Chamber of Commerce
we probably all, and I know I did before I acquired my new accessories, took for granted things like getting up in the morning, going downstairs, getting a cup of coffee, turning on the news, grabbing the newspaper, checking email, letting the dogs out, all the things you take for granted that on day 2 after acquiring my new accessories, I couldn't really do. Certainly not the same way. Kind of brought in focus for me the need to get creative and find new ways of doing things, new ways of bringing your business into focus, bringing, moving your business forward, growing your business, helping our chamber. So my message to you is get creative, get involved, help make this chamber continue to grow and be the best that it can continue to be, because it's awesome, and we continue we want to continue to make it even better. Also, thank you for coming this morning to celebrate Dan's year as chairman and to give him a fond kind of farewell, although he's still on the board, so he's not going anywhere. A special thanks to the following people that made today's event, special as it has been: Mark Montgomery from Montgomery Photography, Tom Gertson from Reflections Video Productions. I know with Mary on the board, I'm going to have to be careful what I say this year.